Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you're watching TTV News, some latest events in the province. And now come to details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of September 19, a working delegation of the province led by Deputy Secretary of the Broso Party Committee and Chairman of the Broso People Committee Winyaguk carried out an inspection at the Yotin Lab project in Lộc Ninh Commune. Joining the delegation, there were Vice Chairman of the Broso People Committee Nguyen Hồng Thanh and leaders of relevant department and agencies.
The delegation examined the major facilities such as the spillway number 1, 2, and 3, and the hydro power stations, the main dam and the flood spillway, and the auxiliary downstream dams. And according to the Southern Irrigation Management Company, the measures have been strengthened to ensure the safety during the rainy and flood season. And this includes the technical inspection of the electrical and mechanical gate system, a 2025 flood operation plan, and a contract with the private suppliers for essential materials and vehicles. The company has also reinforced security at the nationally important reservoir with a warning signs and safety barriers and a security post and a camera surveillance at the key areas.
On the morning of September 19, Mr. Phong Thai, Deputy Secretary of the Broso Party Committee and head of the National Assembly delegation of the province, together with the working group, conducted a field survey and work with relevant units on the implementation progress of the Ho Chi Minh Bro project trên Thanh Đức Hoa session. Joining the delegation, there was Lê Thị Sông Mang, standing deputy head of the National Assembly delegation of the province. The project was launched in 2009. But was put on hold in 2011. In 2023, construction resumed. The section running route in the province is nearly 42 kilometers long, designed to be upgraded into a 6-lane raceway in the future. Up to now, nearly 80% of the contract value has been completed. However, progress is still hidden by pending site clearance for several households and technical restructure within expansion areas, as well as the short-term of construction material especially stored. During the survey, the delegation inspected construction site at Tha Nang Bridge, the starting point of the route within province, Tai Long Bridge, and several key intersections along the road. Acknowledging the result achieved, Mr. Phong Thai requested local authority and relevant unit to celebrate site clearance while strictly managing construction in order to prevent encroachment on the road safety corridor. He emphasized the importance of ensuring favorable conditions for the future expansion of the project into an expressway. The head of the TayNinhTV delegation also affirmed that the team will compile recommendations and report them to the government, central ministry, and the Broso People Committee, aiming to speed up the project process so that the trên Thanh Đức Hoa session of Ho Chi Minh Bro can soon be completed, meeting the socio-economic development needs of the region.
And in the afternoon of September the 19th, the working delegation of the National Assembly Deputy of Tha Nang Province, led by the Deputy Secretary of Provincial Party Committee and head of Provincial National Assembly and Deputy Delegation Pham Hung Thai, conducted a field survey on the project to upgrade and expand the National Highway 62. Joining the delegation, there were members of Provincial Party Standing Committee and Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Nguyễn Minh Lâm and the Standing Deputy Head of Provincial National Assembly Deputy Delegation Lê Thị Sông An. The National Highway 62 built in 1999 was originally designed as a right floor plan road. It is a particularly important private road for the province and the region, and linking to major transportation roads such as the National Highway 1, National Highway N2, and National Highway N1, and Ho Chi Minh City Trung Lương Expressway. However, the road has now seriously deteriorated and drawing significant concern for the voters to have repeatedly petitions for repairs. And in 2005, the Prime Minister approved the investment policy for National Highway 62 with a total capital of over 3,240 billion Vietnam dong. And including the site clearance cost, the project covers a length of approximately 69 kilometers and designed to meet the right 3-plan road standards with a roadbed width of about 12 meters and pavement width of 11 meters. Nevertheless, due to the insufficient capital allocation, the project implementation has been delayed. At the working section, localities proposed that the National Assembly prioritize capital allocation and oversee the project implementation. They also recommended that the government instruct relevant ministry and agencies to expedite the procedures for project approval and commencement. Speaking at the survey, the Deputy Secretary of Principal Party Committee and Head of Principal National Assembly Deputy Delegation Pham Thai agreed with the proposal for the early investment and project implementation. He affirmed that the delegation would report to the National Assembly Standing Committee and make recommendations to the central government, particularly to the Ministry of Construction, the project investor, to soon finalize the procedures and put the project into operation.
The Ninh province is a gateway on the urban industrial economic corridor route of the southwest region, lowest connecting with Ho Chi Minh City and Mekong Delta region, with its strategic position full of potential. In the past term, the province identified one of the strategic breakthroughs for the current period, investing in building synchronized and efficient infrastructure, prioritizing transportation infrastructure development to create momentum in social economic development and attract investment. Through this, the province regularly affirms its position as a new road port and international trade gateway for the southwest region and the entire country.
In previous terms, building a synchronized transportation infrastructure system has been a very important task, not only meeting the province's transportation needs, but also addressing the regional cargo transportation requirements. And after many years of implementation, at the end of the 2023, the TayNinhTV City Ring Road officially opened for operation and exploitation. The completed project has made many marks in the socio-economic development, creating a continuous comprehensive transportation access and meeting the society needs for subsequent development, and creating balance in the urbanization process between the urban and rural areas, particularly creating conditions for the TayNinhTV and Khánh Hậu wards to attract investment and urban improvement. It is the project that must be called a highlight of the world, creating momentum for the world to have the room for future development. And it is the transportation access connecting localities and also the southern driving force of the province. Recognizing that importance, the world has also determined urban planning work and development orientation for the commerce, construction, and industry, as well as orienting the development of construction industry, commercial services, and urban agriculture. And the key projects of Principal Road number 830E after construction time, this road has gradually taken shape in the determined construction efforts of the construction units. During construction, the construction units has also tried hard, making efforts, and whenever the route is clear, the construction unit concentrates the machinery and equipment, dividing the multiple vehicles to meet the timeline set by investors. Besides that, on Provincial Road number 830E, there have also some difficulties with the route clearance still being hindered. However, in the coming time, whenever the investor clears the route clearly, the construction unit will try to deploy there to meet the timeline set by investors.
Thời gian tới đây khi cái tuyến đường 87E này mà sẽ thông tuyến.
In the coming time, when the route of 827E is completed, it will be fully connected, and it is very special condition to create the room for the socio-economic development for Tân Trụ Commune in particular and the entire region in general in the near future, when its road has been cleared. We will take advantage of this transportation advantage to plan the development of the urban areas along the two rivers of Vàm Cỏ Đông and Vàm Cỏ Tây, and develop the commerce and services to open up the development space for Tân Trụ and Vàm Cỏ communes in the coming time.
Xã hội cho xã Tân Trụ và xã Vàm Cỏ trong thời gian tới.
Along with the key projects in the past term, the province also implemented a project under the Transportation Breakthrough Program and was assigned to implement the national key project Ho Chi Minh City Ring Road number 3 section to the province territory. And when the projects are completed, the province transportation system will be perfected in the synchronized modern direction with the high connectivity creating momentum to promote the social economics and attract investment and effectively exploit the province's potential and strengths, ensuring the security and defense, gradually helping the province affirm its position as a new rail pole and international rail gateway for the Southeast region and the entire country also.
In the first 9 months of this year, the province achieved positive results in digital transformation. The province now has full 3G, 4G, 5G, and fixed internet coverage. Over 99% of visual documents are shared electronically, and more than 95% of the common level visual use personal work emails. Speaking at the conference, Permanent Deputy Secretary of the Rosso Party Committee and Chairman of the Rosso People Council Women Home emphasized that digital infrastructure must be developed as the foundation, with solutions designed to serve people and businesses effectively. At the event, representatives of 36 commune and World People Committee signed cooperation agreement with telecommunication enterprise, becoming pilot unit in implementing the model. Vice Chairman of the Rosso People Committee from Tân Hoa requested immediate action to carry out the agreement with the Department of Science and Technology, guiding and reporting results for wider replication.
And on the afternoon of September 19, the Department of Science and Technology organized a conference to meet the dialogue with the science and technology enterprises in TayNinhTV province. At the event, the businesses were introduced to regulations related to science and technology enterprises, high technology, and the key contents of brainstorm plan on the breakthroughs in science and technology innovations and digital transformation for the period of 2025 to 2030. The representatives of enterprises also raised concern about the procedures for registering as science and technology enterprises, access to financial support, and policy on the development and taxation. The Director of the Department of Science and Technology, Huỳnh Thị Hồng Nhung, underlined the importance of science and technology and digital transformation in today's economic growth. She affirmed that the department would have not of opinions and continue to assist enterprises in completing documents, procedures, and resolving issues. On this occasion, TayNinhTV Company Limited was awarded the Certificate of Science and Technology Enterprise.
Touring project also on developing the application of population data, identification, and electronic authentication closer to the people. Authority at all levels in the province have been carrying out an attention and effective communication campaign. Since its launch, 96 common level units together with neighborhood and hamlet across the province have organized more than 8,200 communication sessions on Project OC. This impressive figure reflects the strong engagement of the entire rural political system. The methods of communication have been diverse and flexible, ranging from traditional mass media such as loudspeakers, television, and online newspaper, to popular social media platforms like Zalo and Facebook. Notably, Project OC information has also been integrated into community meetings at neighborhood and hamlets, answering messages reach residents in the most direct and practical way. This approach has helped raise awareness and encourage public participation in the province's digital transformation, moving toward a more modern and efficient administration. Ladies and gentlemen, from September 21st to 24, President Lương Cường and his board, along with a high-level Vietnamese delegation, will attend the high-level general debate of the 80th session of the UN General Assembly, combined with bilateral activities in the United States. The visit conveyed the message affirming Vietnam's role as a responsible member of the United Nations, broadly participating and making positive, substantive contribution to the UN's activity and major priorities, as well as those of the international community. Over the past nearly 50 years, it can be seen that the cooperative relationship between Vietnam and the United Nations has become a solid partnership. Vietnam has become reasonably proactive, active, and making reasonably substantive and extensive contributions in terms of idea, concrete action, personal, and resources across all fields of activity and important priorities of the United Nations.
Việt Nam hiện nay đang đóng góp rất tích cực.
Vietnam has now made very active contribution to the UN Commonwealth Agenda Program, including completing the Millennium Development Goals as head of culture and currently being very active implementing the UN Sustainable Development Goals. We are also undertaking many very important positions and roles within the UN, such as being a member of the UN Security Council, the UN Human Rights Council, and the UN Economic and Social Council, putting forward many initiatives and contributing personally to UN activities. Regarding Vietnam-US relations, after 30 years of establishing diplomatic relations and 2 years of implementing the comprehensive strategic partnership, Vietnam and the United States have achieved many great strides, making the bilateral relationship a model of effort to heal, overcome the past, and look toward the future in international relations. The president visit took place right on the occasion of the Vietnam and the United States commemorating 30 years of establishing diplomatic relations, providing an opportunity for both Vietnam and the U.S. to look back on the 3-decade journey from former enemies to friends, partners, comprehensive partner, and then comprehensive strategic partners, while building a roadmap to continue implementing the comprehensive strategic partnership framework suitably, effectively, and substantially. It can be said that President Lương Cường, upcoming world trip, continue to affirm Vietnam's positive role, position, and certainty contributions in addressing global issues, as well as promoting Vietnam's relation with the United States and other countries, contributing to peace and development in the region and the world.
At the conference, the Deputy Director of the Department of Press under Ministry of Culture, Sport and Tourism, Nguyễn Văn Hiếu, provided detailed guidance on regulation regarding spokesperson responsibility and the provision of information to the press by the state administrative agencies. He also shared a practical situation experiences in handling information and ways to strengthen coordination between the press agencies, information providing units. Through the section, the participants has the opportunity to expand and exchange ideas and discuss and draw lessons to apply effectively in their work. This training program helps spokespersons reinforce professional knowledge and skill and thereby improving the effectiveness of information dissemination to the press. It also serves as an important foundation to enhance the transparency and proactivity in communication, meeting the growing demands of the society.
On the afternoon of September 19, member of the Brussels Party Standing Committee and Vice Chairman of the TayNinhTV People Committee, Nguyễn Minh Lâm, presented 63 gifts to children in Bình Hoa Commune and 54 gifts to children in Kinh Tường Ward. Each gift was 650,000 Vietnam dong, included mooncake, a lantern, and 500,000 Vietnam dong in cash. On behalf of the Brussels leadership, Vice Chairman Nguyễn Minh Lâm extended warm regard and encouragement, wishing the children to study hard and become good students, while also sending them best wishes for a cheerful and meaningful Mid-Autumn Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, currently the Mid-Autumn Cake Market is entering its building season. But the handmade Mid-Autumn cake segment in TayNinhTV is no longer as vibrant as before due to consumers increasingly care about product origin and quality. Facing this reality, many handmade Mid-Autumn cake production facilities in TayNinhTV have rapidly changed, preparing new strategies to find their position in the market. As the Mid-Autumn Festival approaches, the Mid-Autumn Cake Market in the province become more bustling. Many cake shops and home bakeries have started selling at stores or on e-commerce platforms and social media pages. Unlike previous Mid-Autumn season, this year Mid-Autumn season, home care facilities in the province have changed their business method, alongside focusing on promoting products with more refined and meaningful cake boxes and packaging on platform. This change is driven by Government Decree 70 regulating rules and documents to promote digital transformation in tax management, thus requiring production and business facilities to be more transparent to interact with the market. Facilities have begun to pay attention to standardizing production processes, transparent business operation, and complying with food safety regulation. These are the bright spots in the mid-autumn cake production industry after many inspection and management efforts by functional departments.
Từ một tiếp bán online, sau khi được tham dự các nghị định
Ramanola Kitchen after attending Korean's Remote Degree 70. I personally determined a more serious development orientation. TayNinhTV Limited Company was established in July 2025. Currently, the company has put its product road testing road and is preparing legal documents for announcement according to regulation.
Và chuẩn bị các giấy tờ pháp lý để công bố sản phẩm theo quy định.
Chúng tôi đầu tư vào việc cải tiến máy móc và
We invested in improving machinery and processes to produce higher quality products. Additionally, selecting raw material must have invoice, document as well as product announcement. All staff members were trained in food safety before the mid-autumn season.
đào tạo về an toàn vệ sinh thực phẩm trước khi bắt đầu cho mùa trung thu.
To create different station and market position, homemade mid-autumn cakes have been carefully crafted by young people, enhancing products value by integrating meaningful story into its cake and cake pots.
Một bộ quà sản phẩm
This year's special gift set is called Era Uprising Radiant Vietnam. In that gift set, he has requested workshop to carve more and exclusively design symbol and shark images of the nation, including reminders of the Declaration of Independence. Nothing is more resilient than independence and freedom. Images of Vietnam map, bronze room, alcohol mausoleum, thereby conveying meaningful messages, reminding today's young generation. Homemade mid-autumn cake products that focus on both quality and design regularly meet customer reference. Each year is different with many new flavors meeting customer needs. Handmade cake have fewer reservatives so that starts better. Regarding food safety, reputable store give me more peace of mind when eating. Thanks to positive trends from handmade mid-autumn cake facility, this year mid-autumn season promises to be more vibrant due to attention to quality and product message. Most importantly, consumer health must be assured. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for watching and see you next time.